So the next little piece of your homework, little piece, it was a considerable piece, I suppose, was to see if you can make it actually load in the form when you click. What do you think about that? What'd you do?
I had it loaded from the state in the main.js, so I load properties from that.
Okay, so he stored his array of notes in the state of main. Why in main? Why couldn't you do it from note list?
Because it's got to be able to talk to between the two.
So somehow the note needs to get into note form, right? If we look at main, so note form and note list are both inside main, but note form isn't inside note list. So I can't pass it as a prop from note list to note form, can I? So I'm not storing it in state at all just yet, but we need to raise the state up to a higher component in the list. It can't be down here. I'm going to copy my array so I don't have to type all that again. I'm going to remember that it's on my clipboard then. So up in main, I'm going to make this a real component. So class main extends react.component. And as we've seen before, you could always import component from React and just say component. Either way, doesn't make any difference. And then I can't just return. I actually need a render method that returns all this. If you're doing a functional stateless component, your component is your render method, basically. Okay, that's done. So now I could make a constructor, call super and all that stuff. Say this dot main or this dot state equals. We saw that I could do that another way. I could use a property right on the class. It's fine either way. So then I want something on state called notes, and I want notes to be that array. There we go. So this dot state dot notes is now this array inside main. So if this is where the notes live, they're not in note list anymore, are they? All right, throw note list in the garbage. It's useless to us now. Nothing we can do to get it back, is there? Of course there is. How do we get it back? Yeah, pass it in as a prop, as props. So here's note list. So if we need the actual array of notes to make it down there, we can just add a prop called notes. What will its value be? Someone whose name doesn't start with W? What do I put in there? This dot state dot notes. On the other side, down in note list, I'll get my props in like this, right? So where I have notes here, I now need props dot notes. And with any luck, it looks exactly like it did before. Whew. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and make a little commit with just this much. Store notes in mains state.